Hey YouTube, welcome back to the second part of this epic journey in Curacao. Last time we saw Mark and Rocky,
we drove over the infamous Queen Juliana Bridge.
So that was pretty cool. And then from there, if I remember correctly, I believe she took us to a little grocery store.
Well, you're forgetting we passed several billboards for Pizza Hut, which tickled me because we had just literally had goat at a roadside stop, at a roadside stand, and here are billboards for Pizza Hut. But we went to the grocery store.
Yeah, we went to a local grocery store. You were like a kid in a candy store.
So this is something that you'll learn about me probably in future videos because I've got tons of photos and videos. I love stopping in local grocery stores. You never know what you're going to find. I was a DJ for the day here at the local Curacao grocery store. You just never know what you're going to find in those stores. This one had a room full of just wheel cheese.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Wheels and wheels and wheels of cheese.
So after the grocery store, we went to a little place called Landhuis Chobolobo, home of the genuine Curacao Liqueur.
You can only get it there. You can only get Curacao there. I mean, you can get some of the knockoffs, and you can get some of the Caribs. You can certainly get those. But the only place you can get authentic Curacao liqueur,
yes, is at Landhuis Chobolobo in Curacao.
In Curacao, yes.
Yeah, such a cool experience. So our driver had taken care of us and set us up with a tour arrangement. So we got to tour the facility. Yes. We got to learn what the process is, what the history is of Chobolobo. And the Curacao.
It's just so neat to hear about. They use the sun-dried peel of the Curacao golden orange, an orange that was considered a misfit because of its bitter flavor.
Right. Yeah, and they managed to turn it into this amazing, very unique liqueur that is enjoyed all over the world. Really cool experience.
Remember, we were a little tired on the tour. We thought the tour was a little long. It was cool, but it was a little long. Yeah. Remember, it was hot.
It was hot.
We had just spent the day traversing Curacao.
Right.
But the drinks
were fantastic. You had one of your all-time favorites.
Now it's one of my favorites, the Chobolobo.
Yeah.
The Chobolobo mudslide.
Yes.
Delicious.
Yes. And I had the Blue Lagoon in honor of the beautiful beaches of Curacao.
And it had blue Curacao.
Of course it did. Yes, I wanted to taste it.
The frozen drinks were amazing. Honestly, all of the drinks look good.
Yeah, I bought some souvenirs from their shop. I got some little tasters they had of the regular Curacao flavor. They had a coffee flavor. They had, I don't even remember all the flavors, but a really neat mixture or assortment that I got from my parents, and I think I got myself a bottle as well.
Ironically, we just tried the coffee.
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
Delicious. 4 years later.
I regretted not purchasing some Curacao liqueur when I was there. So if you do get a chance to go to Chobolobo factory tour, buy some bottles of Curacao. Trust me. Yeah. I did, however, rectify that on a future trip to Curacao. So you can see, I don't know if you can see it back there, but that long box of all of the different flavors of Curacao liqueurs. I fixed that the next time I went back to Curacao because I was regretting it.
Yeah. Smart move. Honestly, the pricing at Chobolobo is not terrible when it comes to getting a tour and it includes a drink.
$15?
They start at $15. Right? Yeah,
okay.
$15 gets you a tour and one drink. There's a middle level package. I think it was like $20.50 or something that gets you 2 drinks. And then they have the ultimate package, which is $40, and it gets you a tour and you become a mixologist, which is so much fun. Cool. We've done that at another place. We'll probably make a video of it sometime soon. Yeah, San Juan. Yep. So it was a really cool experience. We can't not mention one final touch that we took a picture of that at that time in 2018, it wouldn't have mattered. But looking back on our photos as we're making this video, we realized that
they were trendsetters.
They were actually making their own alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
Yes. There was a whole display of hand sanitizer. Little did they know what was coming 2 years later. Not even 2 years later, a year and a half later with COVID.
Right, so funny that. So after we were done at Chobolobo, our driver said, just wait till you see the next stop that we have on the list.
If you like that.
But she has this friend who had just started his own restaurant adventure called Kanya Bar and Kitchen.
Yes. Still exists today.
It still exists today, yes.
Great news if you get to Curacao.
Yep.
Actually, every place that we've listed still exists today. It's still available today for when you visit Curacao.
Yes. So really, really neat experience. This guy is actually a rummelier. So you've heard of sommeliers where they're very well known for their wines and they know what they're pouring and they can tell you what you're going to taste on the tongue. This guy was the exact same thing for rums. And I never knew there were this many different types of rums out there.
Which I'm living for this. I'm loved the experience.
Yeah, so we started with the drink. The drink had pisco in it. So it was pisco and sugar and egg whites and lime and Angostura bitters.
Angostura bitters,
Yep.
okay.
And then he started to pour all the rums.
Yes, so I think there were four samples or four
so.
tastings of rum. So we had the pisco drink and then enjoyed a little bit of that before we started tasting the rums. And he described, in great detail, described the barreling process, described the distillation process, described the aging process. Like, it was a really cool experience.
Very detailed.
Yeah.
And he had a way of helping us understand how to taste the different parts of the rum. Some of them were more forward on the flavors and some were more of a lingering taste. But overall, it was a really cool experience. While we were sitting there enjoying our tasting, they actually brought some food out for us to snack and nibble on.
Yeah, so we actually started with the Yuca Fries.
Right, with the cilantro mayo.
Yep.
Really delicious. I'm always down for a Yuca fry.
Yes.
And
I thought they were okay.
well, you don't like potato much. And then they opened up our eyes to calamari.
So neither Rocky or I are big seafood fans. It's weird, right? We like to cruise a lot and go to places that serve a lot of seafood. The calamari with squid ink aioli was one of the things that I've had in my entire. It was
unique. It was.
If you like seafood, great. It is not something that Rocky or I would ever in our lives order again.
No, that is a fair statement.
Is that fair?
Yes,
is that fair?
fair?
That's not a knock on Kanya. I'm certain it was phenomenal for those who enjoy seafood, but it was. You could tell it was fresh from the ocean.
yeah, it's not great.
So that was not our favorite part of the day.
But overall, the experience in Kanya was fantastic.
Oh my gosh. Highly recommend. Here's the rummelier. Great guy.
Yeah, very, very fantastic. Very easy to talk to.
The cool thing was he welcomed us in before he opened the restaurant.
Yes.
So before the restaurant was even opened,
opening hours,
that was the time that he used for this tasting and sampling for us.
Yes. So it's good to know a driver that knows the locals because she got us in before the public was there, which is awesome.
Now, I do believe if you contacted the venue today, you'd be able to arrange something. So the tastings aren't on the menu.
No, they're not.
We pulled up the menu, but the contact information is on the site. And so if that was something that you are interested in, with enough lead time, I'm certain that they could accommodate you. Really cool experience. Cost $65 a person. TBD on how that has changed 4 years later, but for $65 a person, I thought it was a great experience.
It was fantastic. It was very personable. I highly recommend.
Yes.
So after that, she took us back through the port town area of Willemstad and dropped us back off at our ship.
Yes. So what a cool birthday, first of all. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
What a cool birthday. But all of the things that we did, if I think about that day, any one of those things would have been an excursion in and of itself.
100%.
Going to the Hato Caves would have been a shore excursion, a couple of hours. plus the drive there. So
Oh,
it would have
yeah.
been like a 3-4 hour shore excursion
Right.
with a free bottled water.
Yeah.
The beaches.
Right.
Would have been a beach day. You would have spent a couple of hours maybe at each beach.
Maybe a glass bottom kayak or something like that. Sure.
That would have been its own excursion. The visiting Willywood, eating the goat burger, seeing the flamingos, that would have been an excursion in itself.
Right.
Grocery store.
Grocery
Oh,
store,
yeah.
probably not.
Yeah, grocery store, probably not. Chobolobo.
Yeah, that definitely you can make that. I mean, you could book tours through them, so yeah.
That would have been a shore excursion in itself. And then Kanya, it was just, I've never experienced something like that on a cruise or on a shore excursion. They welcomed us into the restaurant before it was even open to give us an exclusive tasting and snack pairing, meal pairing, or food pairing. Just such a cool experience. So what was that? 5 different excursions built into one day. It was just so highly recommend. I would highly recommend any one of those.
Right, absolutely.
So we got back on the ship, we showered, changed clothes, because after 8 hours of go in the Caribbean.
Yeah, in the Caribbean.
You kind of need it.
Yeah.
And then we came back onto port.
We did, and it was nighttime at this point, so we got to enjoy a little bit of nightlife in Curacao. Not much going on, because I think it was like a Monday or a Tuesday, so it wasn't a busy day. But it was still really cool to get out there. We got to see the Queen Emma Bridge lit up, floating. It was really a cool thing, getting to walk across it.
And that's a historic bridge. It was first built in the 1800s.
Yeah, late 1800s, yeah.
Wild, and it went through a whole retrofit in the 90s, but it's such a cool... It
in
floats.
The 1990s.
It floats, and it's a bridge that lets the ships through. Then from there, we just walked around the port area at night. If you get a chance, oh gosh... If you're going to be in Port of Curacao, if you're going to be in Curacao at night, highly recommend it. That bridge is lit up. The buildings of Curacao are lit up. It's, that nighttime, the flag of Curacao is lit up. It is just a beautiful, beautiful port at night.
Yep. So if you want to experience something similar to what our day was like in Curacao.
Hire us. Bring us with you.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I can get the directions properly.
I don't know which side of the road you drive on. I don't even remember.
I don't know.
Okay.
We actually found our driver through TripAdvisor. Mm-hmm. There were other driver options listed on TripAdvisor as well. So feel free to reach out to them, ask them questions, tell them what your timing looks like and what your experience is going to be geared towards. And hopefully they'll be able to cater an experience for you that will just be a trip of a lifetime memory.
Trip of a lifetime. And if you've been adding it up, Hutto Caves, $10. The
2 beaches were free.
2 beaches were free. Awesome. Okay, great. I like that. So $10. Willywood was about $20 a person because we got burgers, we got sodas, I got souvenirs in there, so probably less than that, but let's say $20 a person, so we're up to $30.
Yep.
Then we went to
the grocery store and we didn't spend anything.
Okay.
So then we went to Chobolobo, and Chobolobo was $15.
So we're up to $45.
Right.
Okay.
And then from there we went to Kanya,
the tasting,
which was $65.
So we're up to $110. $110 for all of those experiences. Plus the driver was $120. $100
plus tip, yeah.
100 or 120 plus tip
per person.
And so per person. So you're looking at a full day of just really cool stuff. Food, drinks,
experiences,
additional food, additional drinks for $200, $220 a person.
So that is a summary of our day in Curacao in October of 2018. You can tell we had a great time. We had so much fun.
So many cool places to visit. If you go to Curacao and you visit one of these spots, or if you've been, drop it. Let us know in the comments. Tell us, or if you went somewhere else, because we're going to Curacao, let us know where we should go if we missed something. But those are some of the cool experiences some of the coolest experiences we've had.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe.
And until next time.
See ya.